Welcome back to Apollo Justice. We just found out that Lamiroir is actually the blind one. Big twist, didn't see it coming, crazy stuff. Let's see what happens next. What this means for the overall case, who knows? This is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin. It's crazy. Is it now? Please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense has made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Yet I see it as not vast in vain, this time. He's quite correct. But that makes no sense. Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something? Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lamiroir herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? So I guess that's where she was before. So when I was like, was she in the courtroom when she first came on the stand? I was like, had she heard any of the stuff we said before? No, because she had been in the witness waiting room. Lamiroir, it pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must. Please do not be concerned on my behalf. Those eyes, she really can't see? Really? It is true. I didn't even say anything. How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world. Well, let's back up a couple steps. It's really not. It's a very small portion of one small area of... I mean, if you're talking about your whole... whatever. Your whole image of who you are, yeah, you're like a famous singer, but talking about the blindness, like, nobody knows about that. Know too that my memories begin in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lamiroir. So the earliest memory you have is just blackness. You have no memory of ever seeing anything? Damn. Wonder whatever caused her to lose her memory also blinded her. Just like a strong-ass hit to the face. I don't know. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Oh, yeah. Wow. Because that's the thing. She was the witness. She was the one who supposedly saw it through the window, and she was saying she heard the voice, which is still good. But yeah, you didn't see anything, that's for sure. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. I'm just thinking back on the entire case now that we have this twist. Like, when she apparently said she's opened the door and saw, like, the... I'm just trying to think back on all of it. But whatever. No memory of the lights. Like, I want to go back and rewatch the videos now and see if there's any kind of weird hints that she might be blind or something. Damn. You were born in it? Molded by it? My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. Silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. You didn't, though. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Oh, I thought you meant to them, too. But they knew, okay. I don't know, I feel like a blind singer would be even more publicity. But whatever. I apologize, it was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would... She told us the truth in the beginning. When she said she saw nothing, yep. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? So I guess that was true all along. Shit. Oh, sorry for doubting you. I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? I don't know. What? Perhaps it is best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Very well, the defense may proceed. I don't need to think for myself as long as I have the trucy. Stressful. Well, because she's blind, she can't handle stressful questions? That's racist. What am I asking about? Do I have to be careful? Because he said, like, I mean, I don't think I'm going to get, like, an instant game over if I press the wrong thing. Debuted in the... Had Bernard, you didn't know. Everyone on my staff knew. Okay, that's probably important then, because he said to ask her, even though he knew she was blind. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche? Of course, he was my manager. So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. Uh-huh. How many times have I seen this man die? We flash back to this more times than we flash back to Naruto and Sasuke's fucking childhoods. Come on. Let's go. Let's get them. I'm gonna stab somebody in the face with a knife. Okay. Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness, and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. The witness, Siren? We've heard them many times along with a little play acting by our defense. I remember them well myself, but that statement is not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that. Before? What came before that? The chicken? The egg? That's right, he tried to tell you. When he said can't see... Ah, my fucking dick. Oh god, dude. That's fucking crazy. Oh, wow. I really appreciate a lot of things in this case. That kind of thing is awesome. Going back and seeing that in a totally different light. I like this case a lot so far. Why does everybody hate it? I see. Too bad the defense did not. Well, there, forehead. Try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Shit! Order! Recall Lamiroir's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots, and the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. But she says she heard him. She's fucking Daredevil, dude. She can't see, so she's got super senses. The other ones. But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Oh, is he gonna hear it right now? Because Darian's gonna come back? My phone is ringing. Whoever's calling me better go away! Investigation? Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Latouche left. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Crescend, your report, please. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Quick work as always, Darian. Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? The agent registered under this number is Latouche. Yep. What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity, and a cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Latouche was an undercover Interpol agent, so him being Lamiroir's manager was just a cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found. Out with it? It concerns that .45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently it belonged to Romain Latouche. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything. It's got to tie in somehow, you'd think. Yes, somehow. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescend. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Hello? Oh, it's Lamiroir. Yep, she recognized the voice. Right? Is she gonna just accuse him right now? You mean to tell me that literally the only guy who was left is the killer? Other than the yellow magician man, but I don't even fucking consider him real yet. I still think he's a hallucination, so... It's not the defendant, and it's not the witness. There's only one other character. This guy. It was him. I am sure of it. It was him? From Powerpuff Girls? That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Latouche. Sorry, Clavier. Clavier's taken up the role of Maya, of everybody near her getting fucked over or being killers. First his brother gets thrown in jail. Now his bandmate. Who next? It was him. It was Mr. Darien. Oh, God. Maya had it way worse. Maya was just constantly... Her family was dying or trying to kill her or some terrible shit. Whoa, he looks weird from behind. The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state, the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lamiroir fingering... Whoa! Woo! Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lamiroir heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no wimping out now, Apollo. Okay. Shit. Well, what now? Now we gotta focus on Darien. Seeing why he killed this Interpol agent. What was he trying to hide? Hey, Apollo, how did he get out of the room? Why was Machi... Well, you know, actually nothing. I mean, something. Or maybe not? Out with it. The suspense is giving me an ulcer. Well, you know, the trial today, I was thinking. If you gave it a score, what score would you give it? Score? See, it's so vague. Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Although I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. This just happened. I got it. No. Hello. Thank you. Okay. And the victim, Mr. Latouche, who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent. What a mess. And we don't have any idea what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lamiroir told the whole court. I know! It just happened! Definitely makes more sense. Now that, especially since we know that it's his gun. Makes more sense than a child taking away an adult Interpol agent's gun and using it against him. Even if he's not blind. I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. He hasn't been in this case. I'd prefer if he's not. This is our time to shine. Mostly yours, Trucy. Because you are the best. Top secret. Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. And you've got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine. Right. Well, time's a-wasting. As they say, let's investigate. If we can get a spin-off game that is Trucy and Pearl... Just like, fucking, oh my god, please. Just like the two of them. She's the attorney and she's the spirit medium, and then there you go. Bam! Let it happen. I'll make it myself if I have to. Where are we going? Let's see. I mean, there's not a Sunshine Coliseum. The fuck is that? Is that just the band area? Oh, it's the outside. You got a Gaviner's logo on the blimp. Zeppelin, whatever, I don't know. Sleuthing weather. The weather matters for an investigation. Don't some days just feel like magic days or defense days? Of course. Let's get started, shall we? Right on. Show us your stuff, Apollo. What stuff? Your voice training. This is the perfect place for it. I did enough at home, thanks. There's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it on the big stage. I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. I am a lawyer. Then you're in luck because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout objection? Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already. How wrong you are. The Blue Badger is assaulting that child. Get him! Don't let it happen. What's that? Creature. There. Ooh, that's the police mascot, the Blue Badger. It's life-size. Haven't you seen them around town? Oh my god, they're taking over. Yes, now even Law and Order has a mascot. The show? I'd run from that thing even if I wasn't a criminal. Why does its head wobble like that when it walks? That's just how demons are put together. Anyway. What is out here that's important enough to just ham it? Look, a blimp. Those balloons next to it have ad banners on them. Let's see. Big sale, all shirts 50% off. Dude, we gotta go get some shirts. Oh, are we gonna go to the department store, or is that irrelevant? Look, a massive sign for the Guilty as Charged tour. A giant prosecutor Gavin stares out over the arena. Ooh, maybe I can take it to the office when they're done with it. Where would you put it? You couldn't even get that thing through the front door. Then I'll put it outside. Put it in her magic panties. Just as long as no one comes expecting us to prosecute. Well, if anyone comes looking for a concert, leave it to me. Is this part of some twisted plan of hers to make her singing debut, I wonder? That's all it is. That's what it... She killed him. She killed Romain Latouche so that she could sing. You see, because... Well... Yes, that's... I was also going to make... I was gonna about I saw one tower back here and I was gonna make a 9/11 joke, but we're past that now. Okay. Woo! Sunshine Coliseum sure is living up to its name today. It's huge, and Mr. Gavin got to play on that enormous stage. I'm so jealous. Someday I'll fight my first battle on this stage. Because doesn't it look like there's supposed to be something next to it? I mean, come on, anyway. Battle? Well, yeah, it's a coliseum, isn't it? They don't do gladiatorial contests at these places anymore, Trucy. They should. Sometimes I worry about her. You shouldn't. So there's nothing even, like, out here, is there? I can't move to another... Unless it's just something... I don't know. What's this? It's huge! Mr. Gavin got to play on that enormous stage. I'm so jealous. Someday I'll fight my first... Okay, we've already been over this? Okay, that's the same... I mean, okay. I don't really think... Yeah, we're done with that. Let's explore the innards. That earpiece is still there. It's so annoying. Mr. Attorney. Lamiroir! I'm so sorry about today. There's nothing you need to apologize for. You were merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean. Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even robbed of one, we get by. Though it does make being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. And we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. Oh, you must have great ears. Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or so she claimed yesterday, but how? The Voice. Have you ever seen that show? I know you don't have eyes, but it's a music thing, so it's fine. About hearing Darian Crescen's voice at the scene of the crime. I did not know his name, but I never forget a voice. Wait. Lamiroir, is something the matter? That voice just now. Yeah, I know, this just happened! As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard his voice. I'm guessing Darian and Mr. Latouche were talking about something? Oh, that was Apollo. The next moment I heard some gunshots. Why didn't you call security? To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening. I never imagined the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once. So it really was Darian's voice that she heard? Yeah. At least she certainly thinks it was. Had to be. I met Machi before my debut as Lamiroir. I was singing in a restaurant in Virginia. And he was playing the piano? Yes. Or was he playing poker? He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see. Is that when you started playing opposites? With Machi pretending he couldn't see? Ah, no, it wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound. Must have been tough for Machi. Pretending he couldn't see, and all the while acting as your eyes? We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He is a smart, gentle boy. I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. About Mr. Latouche. Ah, yes, he was an Interpol agent, I hear. So you had no idea? Of course not. No one did. I guess that's what it means to be undercover. Someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand. You have no idea? I can only assume that he was investigating me, but why? Probably something to do with who you were before your amnesia blindness. Blind amnesia. Because of my condition, as my present is veiled in darkness. So who the hell is this woman? That she was so... I don't know. The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart. In your heart? I have no memory of the time before I became Lamiroir. I awoke from darkness into darkness, you might say. I was singing in a restaurant those 2 days. I don't know why I said 2. What was it that she said about not being able to remember the light? I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Lamiroir is lost to me. But I don't think you... I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me? Do you think your past might be related to this case? No way, that seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lamiroir. I thank you. Machi too tells me this often when I fear who I might have been. Dude. Okay. Like, I'm so pissed off that that thing is still on the floor. I want to examine it again. That's been lying there since the day before yesterday. It's small, maybe no one's noticed it. I kinda want to pick it up. It'd make a cool souvenir, don't you think? It does stick out in my mind for some reason. It's still not added to the court record. What is the point of that thing? It's been there the entire time. It's upsetting. Anyway, that one. Okay, good. Got it. Most likely somebody to be at the stage. Let's go there. Great. So like I said, let's go to Lamiroir's dressing room. That was my number one idea in the first place. Totally. Let's go. Great!